All right, let's call this meeting to order. Could I get a declaration of a quorum, please?
Matthews,
Here.
Schuler,
Here.
O'Neill,
Here.
Here.
Bickner,
Here.
Seymour,
Here.
Here.
we have a quorum.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, if I could ask the Vice Mayor to lead us in prayer, please. Everybody rise.
Sure. Lord, we're thankful to come together tonight and consider the business of our city. Lord, we ask that you give us wisdom as we consider each issue. Lord, help us to have grace and mercy on those that we come in contact with. Lord, we pray for our first responders as they work in the line of duty, and our military as they serve. Lord, protect them and keep them safe. Lord, we love you. Thank you for Jesus. In his name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So I'll get my way for the end of the night. Okay, we're going to start out agenda item number 1, citizen participation. As usual, there's a 3-minute limit per person, 12-minute limit per topic. When you approach, please say your name, and we'll carry on. So first up, we have Mr. Joey Ward.
Howdy. I'm Joey Ward. I have a neighbor at 1414 North Draper. When the storm came through on June 26th, it blew the trees at her service line real hard until it caught the trees on fire. And so OG&E sent Wright Tree Service out to trim them. And since then, nobody's been out to pick up the limbs. They said they'd be back the next day. She's tried to call OG&E. They say you need to call Wright. Wright says she needs to call OG&E. I'm just hoping maybe somebody knows somebody to contact at OG&E or Wright to see if they can come by and pick up their trash. It'd be greatly appreciated. I know a couple years ago, OG&E.
Thank you, sir. Next up is Mr. Rob Morris.
Good evening. Excuse me. Tonight, on the consent agenda, letter C, for the appointment of Mr. Curbs, if we could, I'd ask that we table that until after the runoff is there, for the simple reason that there doesn't need to be a county commissioner on a city of Shawnee committee unless it's something that's a joint committee. I mean, there just doesn't. So if we, wait, another month and a half, so really the September meeting, we could have that vote. And I'm not saying whether to vote yes or no on it. I'm just asking that we wait until after the runoff. For the last thing, the design services for the Farrell Park. There's a couple questions I have on this. When you look at the stuff online, we got 3.5 million, then it goes down to 3.25. Then you have all the fees and everything. What is the final number that the general public would have to spend on the park? And is this going to encompass the community center? Because that's going to make that budget drop a lot if we rebuild that community center or just do the outside facade. So obviously we're not going to have as big of a park on the other side of that. The next thing is on the committees. I know how we've done things in the past, and even when we did a big project at the lake, we created a city committee that was appointed by y'all to do a lot of that and then have the open meetings. This time it appears we're just making committees and the Parks and Recreation is gonna fill it with whoever wants to jump. I mean, something's a little off on that one. So if we could address the committee issue, because the park's a great idea. It is. I do think that when we get into Washington School, and I hope someone's already looked at it, but more than likely there's lead paint and asbestos. So that demolition, it's $78,000, it's likely to go up quite a bit because that's the same problem we have at Franklin right now. Because a long time ago, Mike, oh, good grief, kills me because I know him real well. Anyway, Mike said that he would do the abatement on Franklin, so I don't know. Also, could you tell us if we did put that in on that demolition fee of, I think it was $78,000 and something, and then we're doing the 50-50 with Shawnee Public Schools? Last question, no, this is a lot. How much is the city willing to put in extra on top of the $3.5 million that's coming from Avitas? Because obviously we're paying to demolish part of the building. There's a little bit. How much more are we going to put into it? So how much money total do we think we'll spend on this park? Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Ms. Cindy Berger.
Hey everyone, first I want to give a shout out to the animal control, Officer Rice. I called this morning to get a dead cat removed from the drain ditch by my property, and he told me about some of the things they're trying to do to help dwindle down some of the stray cat population, so I really appreciate it. And if, I know we hate talking about city fines, but if we would like to implement city fines on people feeding these stray cats, I would be all for that. So, also, I am kind of with Rob on Del Curbs being appointed to any board right now. It seems like he can't get enough of being involved inside the city, inside the county, instead of going home to enjoy your family and your businesses. Why do we need to have him so heavily involved? We've donated money to his nonprofit to help do Christmas, but nobody from the city wanted to donate any money to help with 4th of July events. So is it a conflict of interest at this point? Why is he so involved? Is there not anybody else that can do that? So that's all I have to say tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. On item number 2, presentation of certificates of election to Ward 1 Commissioner Daniel Matthews and Ward 6 Commissioner Lauren Richter. So if you guys want to come down. I'm sure everybody knows these two guys and gal. My vice mayor, Daniel Matthews, this is how many times?
Second reelection.
Second and a half.
10 years by the time it's done.
Yes, sir. So we had a pretty tough race and came out on top, and he is going to serve another 4 years with us, and I'd like to congratulate him.
Thanks, sir.
There you are, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And Ward 6, Lauren Richter, I believe this is your second go-around? Yes. I know for sure you had a tough race. Both had formidable opponents, and looking forward to working with both you guys for another 4 years, hopefully. At least 2. At least 2. All right, congratulations, Lauren.
Thank you.
Can I get one photo together, please?
Yep. All right, round of applause for you guys. Y'all might as well stay there.
Yeah, we'll stay.
Now, item number 3, you get to swear them in. Yes, sir.
Ready? All right, raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Daniel Matthews,
I, Lauren Richter,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
and that I will not
and that I will not
knowingly receive directly or indirectly
knowingly receive indirectly or directly
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty
of any act or duty
pertaining to my office,
pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear that I will
I further swear that I will
faithfully discharge my duties as
faithfully discharge my duties as
Commissioner
Commissioner
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Yay. Thank you.
All right. On to item number 4, consider approval of consent agenda. Do you have any discussion on 4? Can I get a motion, please?
Make motion, move forward.
Get a second?
A second.
Have a motion and a second.
Aye.
Item carries 7-0. On to item number 5, presentation of the Pet of the Month, Pet of the Month by Animal Control. I'll get it right. There he comes. That's the same color as my dog.
I'm Jesse with Shawnee Animal Welfare. Today I brought Dots. He's a 4-year-old Catahoula mix. He's really good with kids, other pets. He will guard your livestock. We've tested that out. So he's a really good dog if anybody's looking for one. He loves being outside.
Oreo needs a girlfriend.
No. So, Oreo is a girl. She
That's
doesn't
a
even-
boyfriend. Sorry.
So for those that you don't know, a Catahoula is Louisiana state dog, and they're very good dogs. My son has one. Unfortunately, he lives in Norman. He can only have one dog, but they're very, very trainable, and they are good herd dogs.
He's
They're-
very amazing
yeah.
with animals and kids.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think you'll find the right home eventually.
Yeah, they're really good dogs.
We all have a good evening.
Thank you, sir.
My dots.
Okay, item number 6, consider an executive session in accordance with 25 Oklahoma Statute 307B4 to discuss confidential communications between a public body and its attorney concerning a pending investigation, claim, or action if the public body, with the advice of its attorney, determines that disclosure will seriously impair the ability of the public body to process the claim or conduct a pending investigation, litigation, or proceeding in the public interest. Any discussion on item 6?
Make a motion to move to executive session.
Okay, do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Item carries 5-2. So at this time, we will recess and go into executive session. reconvene in the city commission meeting. On to item number 7. Consider matters discussed in executive session in accordance with 25 Oklahoma Statute 307B4 to discuss confidential communications between a public body and its attorney concerning a pending investigation, claim, or action if the public body, with the advice of its attorney, determines that disclosure will seriously impair the ability of the public body to process the claim or conduct a pending investigation, litigation, or proceeding in the public interest. Can I get a motion on item number 7? Okay, no motion. On to item number 8, consideration of a contract for design services for the Farrell Park project with PDG LLC. You'll call on Carrie Foster, Parks and Rec Director, for a staff report, please.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Before you tonight is a request to approve a professional design services contract with PDG LLC for the Farrell Park project. Approval of this contract will allow us to move into the design phase of the project. PDG will provide the surveying, geotechnical work, public engagement, master planning, final construction documents, bidding assistance, construction administration, and drawings. I just want to remind everyone that this project will continue to be community-driven, determining the shape of the final design before the construction actually starts. Staff recommends approval of the contract with PDG, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Carrie on item 8?
I'm good. What was the timeline on the design? What are we looking at getting it back?
So, design with the community over the next couple months. The total design process is somewhere between 4 to 6 months.
Okay. You said you were community input driven, so they come back with something, it's presented to us, and then from there, community input after that?
Yes, so the
Like a
community
forum?
input's is started last week, all
Okay.
the way through different community meetings, surveys.
Cool.
If you
Is that the clear insight text messages that I've been getting for Shawnee surveys? I've been getting survey text
We
messages.
have not sent out
Okay.
text messages. The public can go to the community engagement page on our Parks and Recreation website, on the city website, and they can find surveys, the next meetings, how to get involved. There's gonna be a park committee, planning committee, different teams, different focuses. So there's a place truly for anybody that is interested.
Okay, thank you.
What's the total, I've heard different numbers, it's the overall, what are we designing to, what's the amount, this says 3.25.
Yes, so the gift was for 3.5 and the projections for 3.25 to allow some wiggle room
Okay,
with the project.
okay.
Any other questions on item 8? Thank you, ma'am. Okay, can I get a motion on item 8, please?
Move to approve number 8.
Second.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second.
We're just trying to sneak it in.
Yes. I'll go down and, oh, here, it just popped up.
Item carries 7-0. On to item number 9, consideration of an ordinance amending Article 6 of Chapter 20, providing certain prohibitions against certain public conduct contrary to public health and safety, which shall be added to Chapter 20, offenses and miscellaneous provisions of the city code, and also providing for severability, codification, and repealer. Defer from April 20th, 2026 City Commission meeting. Calling Joe Vonder and the City Attorney for
Received from the public and from the commission. We've incorporated those changes into this version. Specifically, I would draw your attention to the removal of the references to recreational vehicles and other travel-related items that it was drawn to our attention that could discourage people from coming to our community to sleep and eat, could discourage some of the activity out at the expo center. And so we've eliminated that language to allow for that traffic, and that will be policed not by Shawnee Police Department, but by those private property owners who may not wish to have any individuals present, but those that do want to have that type of traffic will have the option to allow them to remain. In addition to that, we took out the requirements on PD to address shelter availability when utilizing this particular ordinance to assess citations as an unnecessary and overly burdensome component for the law enforcement to deal with. That's supported by the Grants Pass case with the U.S. Supreme Court. That decision came down last June. So we think this is a refined version for your consideration tonight, but I'd be happy to answer any questions or address any comments that you might have.
Any questions for Joe on this one?
In addition, Chief Wilson is present if you have any questions for him.
If he's here, you might as well come on up and tell us his spiel. What'd you come here for? Nothing.
If you can quit lurking.
He was really just tired of riding tickets to kids camping in their backyard. The old ordinance didn't allow for that.
You know, our main goal is, there is some state statute that is outraging public decency, but there's no fines attached to that. It has to be in law enforcement's presence, and we have to do PC affidavits, and then it goes over to the DA's office whether or not they're willing to pursue that. So it is easier for municipalities to have a defecation urination ordinance that would really assist the citizens and the police department in enforcing that.
Just give you guys kind of more black and white to play with instead of gray areas or no areas.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Resulting in some relief, some peace of mind, clarity in the job?
Yes.
When
yes,
this topic comes
without a
present?
doubt. Right, and handle a lot of the complaints that we've gotten from the citizens in reference to that.
Is there an emergency clause attached to this?
Yeah,
Okay,
next
there it
item.
is. Yep. Okay.
Any more questions for
That's my
Chief,
special.
for Joe?
The what was it?
Emergency clause.
Yeah, there's the next item is emergency.
Any more questions for these guys? Okay. Thank you, sir and sir. All right. Can I get a motion on item 9?
Move to approve item 9.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. And now we'll call on the city attorney to read the ordinance title, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. An ordinance amending Article 6 of Chapter 20, providing certain prohibitions against certain public conduct contrary to public health and safety, which shall be added to Chapter 20, offenses and miscellaneous provisions of the city code, and also providing for severability, codification, and repealer, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, sir. Item 9 carries 7-0. Item number 10, consideration of an emergency clause as it relates to agenda item number 9 for the protection of the public's health, safety, and welfare. An emergency is declared to exist per Oklahoma State Statute Title 11, Article 14, Section 14-103.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion we add emergency clause.
I'll approve.
Okay. Emergency clause carries 7-0. On item 11, public hearing for a request for conditional use permit CUP to allow a personal swimming pool at the property addressed as 34102 Lake Road, case number CUP 02-26, applicant name Jeremiah Johnson. Call on Petya Stefanoff, Community Development Director, for staff report, please.
Mayor and Commissioners, the applicant, Mr. Johnson, applied for a conditional use permit to be able to construct a swimming pool in his backyard. His property is located in Lake neighborhood. As you know, for Unified Development Code, Twin Lakes, they own their own zoning district, and we require conditional use permit for swimming pools because we want to make sure such construction will not disturb wildlife and the character of the Shawnee Twin Lakes. Also, we want to make sure that the construction area will not fall under flood areas that are surrounding the Twin Lake neighborhood. So staff received no written objection for this request. We don't have any protest. The applicant meets all the requirements. We don't have any concerns, so Planning Commission recommend approval. Staff support that decision. So I'm here to address questions you may have.
Questions for Betcha on this item? Thank you, ma'am. This time we'll open the public hearing on item 11, and we'll ask if there is anyone here to speak for this item, and ask if there's anyone here to speak against it. Okay, and we'll close the public hearing on item number 12, consideration of a request for a conditional use permit, CUP, to allow a personal swimming.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Item 12 carries 7-0. On item 13, consideration of a revised final plat for Adcock Addition, Phase 1. Case number FPL 01-26, applicant TJT Holding LLC, care of Landis Engineering. Once again, we call Petchy for staff report.
The applicant in this case submits a revision of the final plot, a plat for Adcock Addition, because historically, what's happened, they paved service that didn't meet city engineering requirements, especially the approach from the Harrison Street, the driveway. So in that such situation, they have two options, either to deconstruct what they constructed already or proclaim this street just for private use. So they choose the second one. And we don't see any red flags, any discrepancies, so staff recommend approval as this continue to be maintained as a private road. So I can address questions.
7-0. On item number 14, consideration of renewal of a contract for economic development services between the City of Shawnee, Potawatomi County, and Shawnee Ford, Inc. pursuant to Shawnee City Code, Article 2, Division 1, Section 2-30, deferred from the June 15, 2026 City Commission meeting. Call on Joe Vondran, City Attorney, for staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners. Again, we'll go back to the May meeting when this item 15 first appeared. At that time, there were 6 commissioners present. There was a 3 to 2 to 1 vote with regard to this specific contract. Pursuant to the charter provision that the mayor just recited into the record, a voting member of the commission in the majority, which would have been the 3 that voted for approval of the contract, may seek a reconsideration of that at a subsequent meeting. This item came on for reconsideration last month, at which point in time a motion was made to defer it to this month, so there would be a full commission present for consideration. This item is nothing more than affirming whether or not the commission wishes to reconsider the contract in item 15 on today's agenda. And with that, I would be happy to answer any questions.
Did you say that county voted down the contract?
I did not say that, but that is an accurate statement.
And that was a tri-party agreement?
That is, item 15, if it is allowed to be considered, is a tri-party agreement between the county, the city, and Shawnee Ford. It cannot be considered until this board votes to reconsider it or not. So that's the item we're on, is 14, which is the reconsideration.
So we can't, like, there would not be a contract that we could approve because it's no longer correct?
Because things have
So
changed.
I'm going to be the stick in the mud. Until we have voted affirmatively to reconsider the item, I don't feel comfortable talking about the substance of item 15. I understand where everybody's going. I certainly appreciate that, but the charter provision allows for the reconsideration only upon the affirmative vote of 4 members. So there will have to be a motion and a second to reconsider and 4 affirmative votes before we could even consider 15 and open that discussion.
Okay. Is there a staff recommendation on item 14?
Staff does not have a recommendation on
No,
that.
this is us.
Okay. Any more questions for Joe on 14?
So if we're voting no, we're voting to not open 15?
Depends on the
Correct.
motion.
And
A
if
no
we're
vote
voting,
would be to bypass 15 and leave the result as it stands.
Any
thank
other
you for the
questions?
clarification.
Okay. Do we have a motion on 14?
Wall County voted no. I make a motion to leave it as it stands. Clarify for me, Joe.
Yeah, that would be an appropriate motion, because we can either reconsider the item or not.
I
So
vote.
if there's no motion to reconsider, it would die for lack of a motion.
Yeah, so no motion.
Okay.
No motion.
Okay.
Okay, last chance. Any motion on 14? Okay, no motion on 14, no action taken. Makes item 15 move. We will go ahead and go on down to item number 16, consideration of a resolution of the City of Shawnee acknowledging a whistleblower complaint alleging financial misconduct within the Shawnee Hospital Authority, supporting its investigation, expressing support for the District Attorney of the 23rd Judicial District, and requesting a forensic audit relating to the allegations. Calling Joe again for staff report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners. This item, staff was instructed to place on the agenda and prepare for your consideration per the press release that was issued approximately 45 days ago. The City of Shawnee received a whistleblower complaint on October the 5th following state statute and internal procedure that was immediately referred to the District Attorney's Office on October the 6th of 2025. And we've confirmed that an ongoing investigation is being conducted by the District Attorney's Office. This resolution recites those facts that were contained within the press release, provides a resolution of support for the District Attorney's Office, and requests that the District Attorney utilize his statutory authority to request an investigation by the State Auditor and Investigator's Office of the Shawnee Hospital Authority. To be clear, the resolution is not an allegation of wrongdoing. It is not a finding under the investigation. We are at all times deferring to the attorney, to the district attorney and its office's investigation into this complaint. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Can we legally ask for, well, I guess we're just trying to get the DA to ask for an audit.
The city doesn't have the statutory authority to request
to ask for it.
an audit. The district attorney's office has that authority, has always had that authority, would have that authority without this resolution.
Which, the problem, my question is probably more for, because you put it on the agenda.
I was asked to.
Correct? I guess my take on it, and then again, I'm going out, so it's probably, my thought process is probably not a big deal. Twofold, the DA already has all the information, and they're pursuing it, we presume. So I guess why are we wanting to pass a resolution? We know we're for the DA to do the right thing, which is what obviously they should be doing.
How does this change things, right? Is that what you're at? How does this change what's happening now?
Yes.
I don't have the ability to speak for the district attorney's office, but from the city's standpoint, we've taken all statutorily required actions.
Which,
that we need to
I guess where I have a hard time is, let's say the whistleblower is wrong. It leaves us out to where we look bad. Just let the situation play out. I guess that's my question for you is we've been through it with the tribe to where we took a side on the situation instead of just let it play out. And it took 10 or 15 years to repair it. If in fact, 15 or 20 years ago, they did violate laws when they transferred this, none of us were involved in it.
That is correct.
So I guess, if I was the hospital authority, at some point, if it's, the allegations are true, they're gonna order an audit. We think, at that point, they're probably gonna ask us to do something at that point. But it's not our job to tell the DA what to do.
I think that's what you were saying, this is reaffirming what we put out in our press release in a way.
It contains a lot of the same information. as far as the facts are concerned, with regard to dates of receipt, dates of turnover to the district attorney's office, confirmation of the investigation.
Which I agree, it needs to be looked at. I mean, I'm all for that, but at some point, to have a resolution to me doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But that's me. I don't know how everybody else feels. I mean,
I
everybody
just don't
else,
see how it changes anything.
I mean, it's kind of weird for us to ask for an audit
I have a list
when we
of,
can't really do it anyway.
I have a couple of questions. We received a whistleblower complaint. Did we comply with our legal obligation as a city?
Yes,
When did we do that?
the day we received it.
In the whistleblower complaint, was the city accused of any wrongdoing?
No,
At the time, at now or at any point, has the city exercised any control over the Shawnee Hospital Authority?
no, the city doesn't have control over the SHA.
And Mark asked one question I had written down. Can we even legally ask for this? He asked that. My final question, I've only been here a few years, but in the history of the city, is there any record of us ever passing a resolution regarding a pending investigation?
Not in my tenure, and I was asked to research that question and did so with the clerk's office, and we could not find them.
So no, we've never, to anyone's knowledge, passed a resolution on a pending investigation while it's ongoing,
Or any investigation at all.
and we probably shouldn't start now.
I mean, part of my voting no, not to go into executive session is, I want to know the truth, not what the allegations are. And us, I can't find the truth because I'm not a lawyer, and it's gonna be all, lawyers are gonna have to figure out what's wrong and right, and then present it to a judge.
Can't argue that. Any other questions on item 16?
Yes, so a forensic audit is being done.
I don't know.
Can you give us any updates on what the DA's done so far? You cannot do that. You've turned it over to them and then we're done
Correct.
with it.
Yeah, but we have not been provided an update, so I can't provide one to you.
Any other questions on 16? Is there a need to make a motion? Okay, no motion on 16. On to item number 17, acknowledge the monthly sales tax report, or something a little more fun maybe. On Kimberly, staff report.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. The sales tax for July totaled $2,572,115.37, which includes $3,429.58 in interest. This revenue is distributed across 8 funds. The receipts in July are from estimated June sales and final sale figures in May. July 2026 collections had a 3.33% increase over July of last year. When comparing the collections to the conservative budget projections for July, we are 2.11 below projection for the month and 2.11 below collections year to date. Use tax for July totaled $434,089, which is 18.29% above projected collections for the month. When you combine the use tax and the general fund portion of the sales tax, the general fund is currently $53,487 above budget projections. On the third to the last page of the report is the sales tax collection comparison chart by month for the last 12 months. The comparison includes Shawnee's peer cities of Yukon, Ardmore, Muskogee, Clarksville, Stillwater, and Eden. These cities were selected with 3 factors in mind: population, city tax rate revenue, and revenue per 1% sales tax. Most of these cities saw an increase in sales tax from July 25 to July 26. On the second to last page of the report is the use tax collections comparison chart by month for the last 12 months. This comparison includes Shawnee's same peer cities. Most of these cities saw an increase in their tax from July 25 to July 26. On the last page of the report is the graph that shows the year-over-year sales tax growth by month. It also captures the South Region Consumer Price Index as well as the average year-over-year change for Shawnee sales tax receipts over the last 12 months. 4 of the last 5 months have saw an upward trend when you look at year-over-year by month. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions on sales tax? Am I
First
looking
one
at
of
the
year.
am I looking at the use tax correctly? It says we're up 45% year over year on July.
Yeah, because it's,
Just 1 month.
it's just
Yeah.
starting off for, being it's the first one of the new year, the new
Right.
fiscal year. Give me a few months.
I was
Maybe down 40%.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Everybody just sit on their couch and order stuff.
I know, because it's hot outside, nobody's leaving. I guarantee you that's what it is.
We got tax-free weekend coming up.
But it was from April.
Seems like a big
Oh,
jump.
well,
It's April, really.
but it got hot in March.
All right, fine.
Well, sales tax is up, just
Yeah,
not
I know, 'cause I
as
started
much
mowing.
as we projected.
Yes, from last year, yes.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
On item number 18, new business. Any new business, Mr. City Manager? All right. On to item number 19, commissioner comments. Start.
I'll go first. I have 3 tonight, pretty unrelated to our meeting tonight, but I want to thank the city manager. I made an offhand remark few weeks ago about Beard Cabin, and he's already taken action. Maybe we can bring a report on that next month about engaging a company, look at protecting and restoring it. But I appreciate your swift action on that. There was some public comment tonight about OG&E. I think that was very timely and warranted, but also a positive update. On July 9th, OG&E was in town and toured some and met with city leadership. I've worked with several constituents through the last storm. And vegetation continues to be an issue, and I've become pretty irritated about it, that if they're going to continue to raise rates and all that, then they need to provide the services. And again, the city manager has swiftly gotten OG&E here, and maybe we can push it out. There is an actual vegetation complaint space on the OG&E website if you have issues, because what we don't want is vegetation become an issue and pull it off your house, and then you'd be responsible for those expenses. So it is an issue all throughout town, but one that the city administration is moving on. And if you have concerns, please reach out to any of us. We would note it. We'll help you as much as we can. The other one, it's kind of a strange thing that has popped up. I've been emailed by a couple constituents, and then I saw it's raging a little bit on social media about flock cameras. And so I talked to the city manager, and he brought in the police chief for a discussion. I just want to, so Shawnee has no flock cameras that the city owns or operates. We don't partner with anybody on them. We don't have any license plate readers or poll cameras. That's not if you get a fine or something, that's not from the city of Shawnee. I will say I did a little research 6 days ago. There was an article on KOCO.com about one person approached me about getting a ticket for no insurance from apparently a poll camera. The state insurance department has those cameras around, and they contract that out. And so if you get a fine for something like that, it's not from the city of Shawnee. It's a state issue that you have state representatives and state senators, and you can speak to them about it. But anyway, it's just not a city deal.
Did you say they're issuing speeding tickets?
No insurance.
Just making sure I'm
Yeah, you're good. As long as you have it.
That would be the city issuing those to you.
I think there's some.
Full mailbox for Ashley.
I think there's some confusion, or can be confusion, because if you get a notice and a fine for something and the address is in Shawnee, it's assumed it's our officers, and that's just not a city issue. And so just wanted to, I'm sure now that I've said that, it'll clear it up and no one will ever think anything ever again. Conspiracy over. Anyway, that's the 3 things I have.
So that is absolutely accurate. The insurance department is putting that out. So reach out to the insurance commissioner. But I want to.
He's in Arkansas.
That's the new, okay. Anyway, that's another discussion. Anyway, summer is really, really slow. As we were talking about the sales tax reports, I want to remind everyone how important it is to shop local. This is so very, very, very important. Our local businesses do keep more of our tax dollars within our town. Usually the small businesses are locally owned, therefore they're shopping at our Walmart, they're shopping at our Lowe's, they're doing things here locally. And it is really hard as a business owner to navigate the ups and downs of things like seasons. So any opportunity that we can get to go to your local ice cream shop, go to your local boutique, go to your local embroiderer, whoever that person may be, go there, because June and July, and then a lot of the time August, depending on what business you're in, it's really hard to float those expenses when you have such little, so much less business coming in. So please, and then hopefully when school gets back in, we'll be picking things up. But remember our local businesses.
I agree with Commissioner Schuler. Shopping local, I definitely do that. And I also have been getting emails about flock cameras. So, yeah. So we got that cleared up. Yeah.
Solved.
And then I kind of wanted to do a shout out to the Dunbar Height, the Farrell Park project. They had a meeting at the community center, and a bunch of people showed up, and so the community's really getting involved in the park. So that's pretty much all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, go ahead, Commissioner Otherwise.
Oh, I like your hat, Mayor.
Thank you.
Did you go to the rodeo?
I may have.
Did you have a bull?
I did not.
Oh, man, disappointed. Okay, good job on the rodeo. I thought the town looked great. I think that the county did an excellent job. The Gilberts did a great job. Lots of volunteers, lots of people doing a good job. Downtown looks great. Lots of new plants and flowers and things of that nature. I will say, we share a lot of stuff on social media, and I try to keep up with that. And there's always a Debbie Downer or two saying, well, why couldn't those plants be somewhere else? Because they're not. They're planted where they were planted, and they look great. The city signs, I have noticed, look really good when you're coming in both ways. City employees, I appreciate you for doing your job. I know I've called Lisa over my water bill, and she handled my issues that I had, so thank you very much. Appreciate that. And congrats to our new old commissioners. We're excited to work with you again, kind of. We are. We're excited.
I'll take it.
Solid. We're excited. And I just wanted to say now is an exciting time for schools. We're all gearing up and trying to get back in session. I know I work at Gordon Cooper, and June and July is full of students calling us, telling us they got jobs. And so we had our first two nurses pass NCLEX today. They all have jobs where they're working as nurse interns, and they'll change to nurses as soon as they get NCLEX results. We have lots of welders calling currently, automotive technicians and things of that nature. So we're excited that those people get to work in our town.
I'm up. Huh?
You're up. You're next. Where's your cowboy hat?
I don't own one.
You'd be so tall.
You think I would? The motorcycle helmet.
Duck under the door.
I know, that's what his head.
Mine's probably more of a look back over the last 8 years that I've been here. The group we have here, I promise you, every one of them loves the city of Shawnee, and they wish the best for it. I mean, even when we have a little bit of disagreement, that's part of it. It's a team effort. Over the last 8 years, I've been through 5 city managers. I was sitting thinking about that today. One of them twice, which was Eric Benson. But upper management, really what I look at, upper management, Lisa and some of the ones are kind of the same ones in place that have been here for years. We've lost a few, but the city's in good hands. It's way, way better shape than when I started 8 years ago. And the group we have sitting up here has the best interest of the city of Shawnee. Sometimes you may not agree with it. Sometimes I don't agree with it. But, they're doing what they think is best for the city. I'm not huge into micromanaging, so I kind of let it do its thing and play out. And then, at the tail end of it, you may put your 15 cents worth in, kind of like I did tonight. But I appreciate everybody, and it's been aggravating, it's been frustrating, but it's been real rewarding also. So I appreciate all you guys.
Thank you, Mark.
That's all I got.
Well, I'll say as much as I can about the rodeo. I'm just blown away with what the county can do with the rodeo. It's just, I get a pulse on how successful the rodeo is
in part from sales tax in a couple of months, but also from the families of the contestants, going through, listening to them, talking to them, getting some great clips. I mean, just some wild stuff that you're just like, these contestants, man, they got enough grit to last a lifetime. So I always love the rodeo. Tax-free weekend, August 7th through 9th. So I'll reiterate a couple of commissioner comments to shop locally first. Try to keep all your dollars inside, because that's what we spend our money on.
I'm glad every day that I was born here. It's like I've said before, it's a privilege that we take for granted. There are a lot of folks out there that have not got that privilege, that came in and had to do it the hard way. I'd also like to address, I'm not a social media guy, as you all well know. So I get lots of emails. I get probably 20 to 80 emails and phone calls and texts every day. So if I don't get back to you, I apologize, but there's a lot of them. One of the main ones I've been getting about is the OG&E clearing the lines of cutting the trees and letting them lay. I've discussed this with the city manager. It's not our issue, but he is in contact with OG&E and their contractors. We're giving them addresses, so if I didn't return your email or whatever, please be aware that we are on it. Don't know if y'all noticed, I got a little get up on tonight. I got really involved in the rodeo this year. There were over 930 contestants, I believe. It was their second largest contingent of contestants ever in the history of the rodeo. And as usual, we got rain. If the rodeo's here, it's gonna rain. But I think everybody did a good job getting all the arenas set up. And my daughter got to sing the national anthem to open up 2 nights, and I was really proud of her for that. She had a great time doing it. I'd encourage everybody next year, if you didn't make it this year, go as many times as you can, because these kids, they, like Commissioner Richter said, they pour their hearts and souls into this thing. And you just kind of get a good feeling watching these young folks do their thing. And they're little athletes, let me tell you. They're tough. Let's see. Oh, here again, I get all these phone calls, and I want to tell everybody there's this little thing on our website. It's the portal where you can report potholes and overgrown trees and tree branches hanging down, just public nuisance type things. If you try to call City Hall, we've only got so many employees, we've only got so many phones to answer. I'll give you an example. I think PD was involved, dispatched like 1,800 phone calls, I think I read on your last week's update. That's in 1 week. That's just PD. Fire had another 600 or whatever. So you can imagine the volume of calls we get. And if it's, I understand, can you talk about your bill or whatever, your water bill? Yes, but if it's a pothole or a tree or a weed growing somewhere, please try to use the portal. I know it's technology. I hate technology. I barely get these things to run, but if I can do it, everybody else can do it. It might kick you off. You might have to go try it 2 or 3 times, but you'll probably get better results doing that than you will trying to call all of us. But that's what we're here for, is to contact us. And I made a mention to one of our constituents about giving me addresses so I could give to code enforcement. They didn't want to do that. They didn't want to do the portal. So I suggested, hey, if it's bothering you that bad, get you a group, volunteer, go out there and cut these weeds or whatever you think you need to do. So now all of a sudden, volunteerism is a bad thing. And I just want to remind everybody that everybody sitting up here is a volunteer. We do this for the good of the city. And like Commissioner Seahorn said, we all have the best interest in the city. And I personally volunteer, and so does Commissioner O'Neill, to go downtown, and we go down there, try to do it once a month, pick up trash, weed eat, put a little roundup in the cracks, whatever, on the sidewalks. Volunteering is not that tough to do. And if you do it, you'll probably feel better about the end of the day instead of griping at us on social media, which I don't read anyway. So, but try to be patient when you call, trying to talk to somebody, at the water bill department. There's only so many phones, so many ears that we can use at one time. And I think that's it for me. With that, we'll adjourn from City Commission meeting. We're going to go to the Shawnee Airport Authority. Item number 1, consider approval of consent agenda. Can I get a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Second. Second, yep.
You know what? Oops, dang it.
I made it in.
I did too for a change.
I was too
First
busy
time.
listening to everybody talk. Am I in there?
You like I answered like I had any idea? Yep.
All right.
I do not, no. Think that's funny?
I do.
Okay.
For all of us again?
I have no option.
I'm not even in it anymore. I've already moved on.
Yes?
Aye.
Yes.
Item carries 7-0. Item number 2, new business. Any new business, Mr. City Manager? Sir. So item 3, we're going to adjourn from the Airport Authority and go to the Shawnee Municipal Authority. Item number 1, consider approval of the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Now, don't pull at me. Don't pull at me.
Not me.
I think I seconded. Yeah, I don't know. Vice Mayor might want it.
No, I'm good.
We've got backups if needed.
There it is.
Aye.
Aye. You're making us work hard, Lisa.
Aye.
Yes.
And the motion carries 7-0. On to item number 2, any new business, Mr. City Manager? No, sir. All right, with that, we are adjourned.
Oh.
Ta-da.